Hello, Gomez here from the LAN App channel again for some more card reveals. Let's just get in and see what they've got for us today. Oh my god, it's actually gonna be Zoe. We're gonna see what another champion's gonna be doing, and we're probably gonna see some more cards with that. Oh god, let's do it. I mean, go, I'm already excited. What? Music, Zoe pops in. What is she gonna be doing? Okay, right. So firstly, she's a 1-1. So for 1-1-4-1, so she's along the same lines as Teamer, but create a super pool star chart in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. I've seen you play 10 cards with different names. Okay, right. So this is actually one where she has to see you play 10 different cards. So she's actually still got to stay alive. So that is hard, especially with her health line only being 1, when that can be picked off by so many different things in terms of like her Shadow Owls, for example, have got a multitude of things that can pick that off. So you're going to have to kind of play her in something which is going to be able to defend. I mean, obviously they've got Astral Protection and things along those lines that can help buff that, but also maybe Freljord with Troll Chant to increase. But let's just see more out of this. But so Nexus Strike that she... So Nexus Strike, so that she creates this thing. I want to know what this does, and it's reducing effects and whatnot. So let's see what you've got. I'm so excited. Just let me see how this interaction goes. Okay, so what is this star chart? Okay, so Super Pool Star Chart. Invoke a celestial card that costs 3 or less. Okay, so yet again, it's the same as kind of Spacey Sketcher. In the Spacey Sketcher's pool is which get celestial cards that cost 3 or less. It's a burst speed for 2, whereas obviously what you get the Spacey Sketcher is like that. So I'm curious. Okay, yep. And then, but obviously if she hits in again, she's reducing that cost of that one, so she can only have 1 in. Wait, if I'm right, she can only have 1 in hand at a time, right? Let's have a little look. So create that in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. So does that mean that she keeps getting more? Does it mean that if you have to basically play it, otherwise, like, you know, it's going to start reducing its cost, but can you get multiple on the go at a time is my question. But what we've got to do is she's got to watch you play 10 different cards, which, as I said, like, there's a few different things that you could do to cheat that out quite quickly. Okay, very loud, but I'm, okay, let's see where we go. See it again, getting to choose. Which obviously, like, you know, why would you not choose dog? Ooh. Okay, so this is gonna be that was also one of the new cards as well. So Power Star, deal 4 to an enemy that attacked this. Okay, or is stunned. So you've got to accept the attack first. It's like but this is the first damage spell to the opponent's side that we've been seeing from Targon. Targon, obviously, other than the celestial cards that you pick up, Targon's not got much interaction with the other side of the board. That's why you need to have like other classes in there to have removal tools. So this is interesting. It's a slow speed spell for free. It does 4 damage. And which so it kind of, so throwing in the keyword of stunned, obviously because that works off of the sun, that works off of Leona. Okay, I mean it's because you haven't really seen much like a damage removal spells coming from Targon, so it's interesting to actually see some, and it's working with that stun keyword. I want to actually more know what the because you got to see very quickly. Okay, here we go. So I cost 2 less if you behold a celestial card. Okay, so it's only, which it says a 2/2 4/2, but it costs less, so you can get that out quicker. I mean, obviously, it hasn't revealed that card yet, but I'm assuming it's going to reveal that card very soon. But okay, that's not too bad. If you're playing a celestial deck, or you're playing like a Targon infused deck, then it's a nice little thing to throw out as an additional damage. Plus as well the fact that it will work off of what's her face? It will work off of Zoe because it's like a card that you can throw out that costs 0, but it's helping you play different cards. So Spell Thief, burst speed 1. This is what I've been looking for. So pick one of enemy spells played this game and create a copy of it in hand. That is such a devastating ability. Right. What this makes is the fact that this is a burst. Do you get? Is this just a card you just legitimately have? Because if this is a card that you just legitimately have, that is devastating. Because of the fact that literally it is 1 cost burst speed. Your opponent has to be trying to work out what spells to use. When playing against Targon, you basically, okay, certain spells, if I use them, might get used against me. So you can either go about this in different ways, right? You either play a multitude of spells so that you dilute the card pool of 3 into like, so it's got some terrible. So basically, P and Z, throw Jerry Bot out, throw the discard Jerry Bot out just to give it to them. Throw Rummage, throw like these little tiny spells and try and like dilute the pool so that it then, which is like you can play your big spells. There's less chance of game, or you only play certain spells and only make sure that certain spells are in that widget. That point. This card is actually made for a lot of play where you have to strategically play your spells, otherwise they might be stolen and it might go like terribly wrong for you. Or not stolen like the nab mechanic, but I mean your opponent will then go, okay, they've used that, quickly use this so I can get a copy of that spell myself. So I do like this. So basically, because it's like the equivalent of if you were playing Go Hard, you wait and then you could potentially get, because it just says copies that were played this turn, so, or this widget, this game. So technically, the Pack Your Bags version should still be in that card pool of cards, right? I'm guessing. I might be wrong here, but as not just the Go Hard, but the actual Pack Your Bags itself might be in that card pool. I mean, by the time they play Pack Your Bags, you're near enough dead. But, I mean, it's an option to be able to counter with that, right? Okay. I love the animation of that card, by the way. Love the animation of that card. That is such. I mean, gotta see that again. That's which is like that is just that's. Whoop. Whoop. I wish that they did a cost reduction, but there we go. The fact that you get to see a Poro in the level up animation. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch this again. Just because that. Look at it go! Oh my god, that's nice. That's a nice level up animation. I mean, I'm not getting wrong. Victor's level up animation is amazing, but did it have Poro? I mean, Brom's animation has that little Poro that appears behind him with the spinning hammer, but that's no Poro going through portals anyway. Okay, so she upgrades to a 2, so a bit like Teemo again, elusive 1 cost 2/2. For the rest of the game, when you summon an ally, grant its keywords to all. I mean, if you can, I mean, this is the payoff. Right, you need to keep her on board. Keep that. She's got such a terrible health stat, but if you can keep her alive on the board to play 10 cards, which, as I said, like there is ways of making cards cheaper, as you saw there with like one of those cards. As long as you got a Celestial, you can it can play it for free. There's different things that you can do to basically get out 10 cards. But if you can play 10 cards, then for the rest of the game, when you summon an ally, grant all keys. So I assume that means whether or not she's on the board or whether or not she's not on the board. Every single time you throw something out, whatever keywords they have are, grant its keyword to all things. So it's basically like a continuous KDA card, the give it all, right? So Nexus Strike, create a Behold the Infinite that costs 0. Which Behold the Infinite, was that just that was just the 2 cost one, the 2 cost one, which is create a Celestial, right? From what I remember. I mean, that's devastating. Right, whoop. So wait, what? So why am I seeing all these things? Or is this because this is all the? Actually, this is not all the ones that she's got there. Or what? Oh no, it's because she played the what's his face card, the Shadow Isles card that she stole. Don't worry, I'm talking bollocks. So that looks like that's going to be a new card as well. So it's got lifesteal, but share all those keywords. So has it got like a? So it's got elusive and lifesteal. It's which is 2 cost for a 1/2, but the potential of buffing it and things along those lines. Like, as well as the fact that it is elusive with lifesteal, so buffing that could actually be quite a nice little thing you can do. But yes, just granting that, yes, that is amazing. And then getting the Behold the Infinite. Oh my god, I'm gonna have just so much fun. So much fun. Do we get to it? Because now we've got a champion, we normally get the yeah, there we go. We get to see the actual look at all these things. Okay, so I'm covering butterfly beer. So this guy become or starry, which is Starry Scamp. 2 less of your beholden a celestial. So technically that's like a 0 cost. Zoe's spell. So this is Zoe's spell. Stun an enemy. Create a fleeting. So this in hand, which could like so, and then shuffle spell, which is so 2, and they are slow speed, that is important to remember, but burst speed here 1 cost, burst speed 2 cost there, that she's continuously creating as long as she's hitting into the nexus. Obviously that can become 0 cost. I mean, there is, so you could maybe play this in, because it doesn't matter if they're the same card, right? This isn't a perfection thing where they have to be all different cards. I've seen you play 10 cards with different names. Oh no, shit, it does say with different names. Sorry, that's my fault there, because there's me thinking, oh well, just put in your 0 cost poro, poro cannons, put in your, what are they called, words will eventually come out of my mind, my mouth hole. Put in the 0 cost, the copy card in, which in Shadow Isles, that makes ephemeral, fading memories. But it does it. I've seen you play 10 cards with different names, so you've got to stack your deck with quite cheap things. Because it's either that or you've got to make sure that you're covering her health, right? So definitely throwing Bastion, definitely. I mean, the thing of it is, because of this one becoming cheaper with a Celestial, you might actually see, like, some early game Celestial stuff going on with Sketcher, and obviously the fact that Zoe makes, that kind of stuff there, like the same kind of thing as Sketcher. So you see, like, low cost things to get the Celestials, but it also could activate the because the card which is like Bastion but is actually a unit with it as well, the Sparkologist, because like you didn't see much play coming off of the Sparkologist as it was, but with Zoe, the way that it isn't like such a low which is like a low health thing that you might want to support her, and you're getting those low Celestial cards out for this, potentially that's like another unit that you can play, that you can then play defensively but also give spell shield, as well as putting Bastions in, because you want to be trying to defend it, because once you can get that ability off of Zoe, just like for the rest of the game, it's actually quite a nice payoff that literally everything is getting the key, or everything sharing the keywords of things that you're playing. So it's not exactly what I expected. I expected Zoe to be a spell thief, like on level up, like kind of thing, but spell thief is still in the game, and it's a very interesting concept, the way that they've gone about it. It's going to be hard with her stat level, but if you can stick with it, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the way that I see this, and actually seeing some target removal from what's his face is actually quite good as well from Targon. It is slow speed, so it can't be used in the middle of combat, and obviously it acts afterwards. But potentially that is also making your opponent think, what do I attack forward with? Because it might be thinking, well, if I attack forward with this, it leaves it vulnerable to that. Because if I attack forward, then that could potentially counter. So obviously it means, like, if you attack forward with Callista now could be countered like with that spell kind of thing. I mean, obviously you're still getting the damage off of Callista and things along those lines, but it's an interesting like a thought of a card, honestly, because it's not really their identity, Targon, to have target removal. So it's an interesting thought that it's a slow speed one that works off of your opponent having to do things. Obviously, you could do things yourself, because if you're playing a Leona deck, then Leona can force the stuns in as well. Or if you're putting in Yasuo and Leona, there's like a somewhat of a synergy for this, if you were to go down that route. But obviously, I still think that Yasuo at this moment in time is more a Noxus. But if they introduce more stun mechanics into Targon, who knows? Potential, right? So let's see what happens. I mean, I can't wait to see more cards. This has actually got me hyped. See another champion, 2 champions, of which I'm hyped to definitely make some decks around and definitely play. But I do love her level up ability. But what do you think? Down in the comment section down below, please let me know what you guys are thinking at this moment in time. All of these cards, I do think they are really well made and really well done, as well as the fact that obviously her spell can actually combo these two as well. Not just talking about Leona, but also Zoe can stun. I forgot that stuns, so you can still use it off of that. So. And obviously as well, if you're getting free cost, there is actually one of the Celestials within the 0, or the 1 to 3, which does actually, or 3 or less, that does have a stun mechanic in there. It's slow speed again, but you can still combo it with that. So there's options, okay? There is options. But yeah, again, I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, because I love hearing from you guys. Shameless plug time. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you haven't already, why not head over and join the action live, because I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, where at this moment in time for Christmas I'm giving away Twisted Fate cards, so why not get involved with that? If you feel free, don't feel forced. There is also the Discord down below if you want to join the Discord to talk all about this action, all about these cards, all about fun times. Please feel free to join that as well. And all I can say is thank you all so much for the support. I hope you have a great evening, and until tomorrow's reveals, goodbye from Flash of Brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.